morning class. Very warm welcome. I hope you are taking good care of yourself, and this is the Neeraj hour. So today in this economic class we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is balance of payment. So this is a very imperative thing when you talk about economics. Balance of payment. Balance of payment is a statement for any country which shows the financial balances of that particular country in a whole. Okay, so this chapter deals with all the economic transactions a country as a whole does for its financial year, and it reflects the financial position or economic holding of that particular country, or you can say the performance of the economics on a larger platform when you globally interact with different countries. What were the import of that year, what were the exports of that year, what were the merchandise, what were the visible trade, what were the invisible trades, what were the other things which came into the country in form of foreign income, and how is it affecting the balances of payment in a particular country. This all is reflected in balance of payment, and this is a very crucial thing for each and every country. Even for India, when we speak that the economic scale is going down, the economic scale is going up, the performance of the GDP is very low or it is going very high. So how do you predict that? How do you finally come to a point when you classify these things? It's all is reflected in balance of payment, where we evidently see that how the country is performing on the globe, and how are the imports, exports, the bonds, the investments, etc. with the rest of the world reflecting and giving some positives, or creating a deficit or creating a surplus in comparison wherever it is happening, and how it is going to affect the working of the economy. So this balance of payment plays a very crucial role, and here we will see that there are four main components of balance of payment. First is export and import. Now we all are very much familiar with these words, that is export when things go out of the country, and import when things comes into the country. So here evidently we discuss about goods, okay, goods which are visible, okay, which we can actually see that these goods are going, like say for example the mobile phone is being exported to XYZ country. So these are export and import of visible goods, okay. Now the very word visible, it clearly means something which we can see. So that is when we say export and import of visible goods. The second thing, there can be export, okay, and imports of invisible goods, okay. And also another term for visible goods is merchandise, okay, which can be merchandise goods, okay, and there can be exports and imports of visible goods. So when we write exports and imports in economics, we actually denote it by X for imports and I for imports. Okay? So exports and imports of invisibles. Invisible goods. Now what are invisible goods? It can be insurance, the insurance policy, any insurance policy given to any other person living abroad, okay. So it's a services rendered by our country to any other country, so that all comes under invisible goods. International sales and purchases of assets or liabilities which are visible. And at the next page there can be international sales and purchases of bonds, okay, and other things. So if there is international sales and purchases of assets and stuff, is also added in balances of payment, and also international sales and purchases of bond. All these come under three very evident headers. That is the current account, okay. The next is the capital account, which we are going to discuss in details. All these things we are going to discuss in very much details, okay. So first is current account, the next is capital account, and the last is a reserve, okay. The last is a reserve. So these three things formulate the balance of payment. Each and everything which we are going to discuss in this chapter is going to be distributed in these three accounts very evidently. Firstly, current account. So we will look upon what is a current account in balance of payment. So largely one thing, one distribution, a large difference between current account and capital account is current account will not affect the value of the assets and liability of the country. Okay, it will only affect the amounts of goods and services which are rendered, okay, or which are being received by the particular country. So that will all be under current account. Any amount or any entry which doesn't affect the assets and liabilities, which will not affect the value of the assets of that particular country, all the other headers will come into current account. And anything which affects the assets or the liabilities or the status of the assets of a particular country will be added to the capital account. I hope that is pretty much clear. So here we are going to discuss the structure of the current account. Again, for a revision, balance of payment shows the economic balance or the economic status or the financial status of a particular country, and it includes four very major things, that is export and imports of goods and services, okay, that are visible. Next, export and imports of goods that are invisible, okay, and international purchases and sales of assets and liabilities. Next, international sales and purchases of other than the assets and liabilities, that are bonds and etc. stuff. So these are four major components that are included in balances of payment, and accordingly these are segregated into three very wider terms which actually formulate the balance of payment, that is current account, capital account, and finally reserves. Reserves are meant to actually balance these figures, okay. Whenever there is more of export in any of the countries, okay, if there is more of exports and the imports are really less, then it's a surplus for the country. Definitely it's a win-win situation for any country where you can actually produce a lot of goods and you can export it to different countries, rather than when you have a figure which is higher in imports, you are importing a lot of goods. So what is happening here is you're paying a lot of money to the on the global platform in comparison to what you are actually earning. So that is a situation of a deficit, and wherever a situation of deficit arises, the reserves which the country has formulated is being utilized to cover up that deficit. Okay, so yes, the reserves also play a very imperative role when we actually try to balance the balance of payment, because of course at the end of the year we are evidently going to see that the country is getting a surplus, either it is getting a lot of deficit. So there we actually lose the reserves in that particular manner. So here you will see the structure of the current account. This is very easy to understand. What will be the structure of the current account? Export and import of visible goods. Okay, any goods which are visible. Export and import of visible goods. Okay. Export will be written in different header, because here you are actually exporting the goods are going out of the country, and imports of visible goods, okay, Also, the balance of payment includes everything, whatever is coming into the country and also what is going out of the country. So the current account will reflect both the parts, where we can evidently see the visible goods coming in the country will be in the imports and going out of the country will be in the exports. So current account will definitely reflect about goods. Okay, see, very evidently when you talk about current, you are only supposed to talk about goods and services. Okay, next is when you talk about invisible. Okay, invisible is something which you cannot evidently see. There is no product as such that when you talk about it. So you will be talking about factor income. Now what is factor income? Factor income, say for that matter, rent, if you are paying any rent for storage of particular goods and services, then that is a factor income. Like, okay, for example, rent. Then also it comes non-factor income. What are non-factor income? Say for example, insurance. Insurance and things will be coming in non-factor income. And any gifts. So yes, continuing here, factor income, non-factor income, and the last is current transfer. So what are current transfers? Current transfers are basically any gift or any other thing which is given by the NRIs which stay out of the country of any particular country. If they are sending any gifts to their relatives or any other person as such, so that will come under current transfer. So this is a pure structure of current account which you will evidently see, where you see the imports and exports of visible goods, also called as merchandise goods, okay, which you can actually visibly see. Okay, so any changes, any positives or negatives in both the sides will be written on in the current sides. Next is invisible, where you will be seeing the factor income, the non-factor income, and also the current transfer. So this will be the whole structure of the current account. Yes. So please go through it. It is very easy to understand balance of payment. You only need to brush up the topics, the concepts. Try to understand it. If there is any difficulty, do